Hello everyone, this is Rajat Jory, faculty of Civil Engineering, mentoring the students for the Civil Services examination with the Civil Engineering optional and Engineering Services and GATE examination. I've been teaching for these examination for with Civil Engineering subject from last 12 plus years, and I'm happy and delighted to announce the UPSC is now taking the railway officers through IRMS and iofs. Both these examinations are basically the examination which is meant for engineers, I must say. And any person who is preparing for the civil services with an engineering optional subject, then I must say he should opt for iofs and IRMS, because in that case he has two more cushion in case if he's slightly, or I must say if he is not getting selected for civil services. I'm not negative on this, but I'm very much optimistic with respect to these two exams. I'm not negative towards civil services, but I'm very much optimistic towards these two exams also, right? So why I've repeated this? Because the people should not think that I'm very much negative for the civil services. No, not at all. I'm somewhere want you people to have civil services as the first option. But on the other side, I want you people to have IRMS and iofs as a second option, right? So, because if you're preparing for civil services, you not need to put any extra effort for the iofs and the IRMS examination. If there is an optional paper you have taken is engineering. So, civil engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, or electronics engineering. Basically, these type of engineering students can appear in these examination, because in IRMS there is only one optional subject you need to take, and that optional subject will be from mechanical engineering, either you can opt, electrical engineering, either you can opt, civil engineering you can opt, and commerce and accountancy. If you are a commerce graduate or if you are a CA, then you can opt for this. But if you are an engineer and preparing for civil services with an engineering optional subject, then you have to choose one of the subject, definitely mechanical, electrical or civil, and that paper will be helpful for the IRMS and the iofs, because in IRMS complete evaluation of the merit list will be done on the basis of the mains examination, and in a mains examination the optional paper that you have opted out of these four will be the final criteria for the interview, right? And the mains and interview marks will be the deciding criteria for the final merit list. When we come to the IOFS is the Indian Forest Services examination, and Indian Forest Services examination has two optional subjects. So if you have opted civil engineering, electrical engineering, or mechanical engineering, because you are from the engineering background and you are preparing for civil services, then you are not supposed to choose any other subject as optional for the IRMS. And on the other side, for the IOFS, you need to choose two subjects as optional. So one is there from your engineering background, and other is from the science background. You can choose anything: animal husbandry, zoology, botany, or kind of a subject. So in that case, the syllabus of these extra optional subjects for the IOFS, that is from the science background, that is zoology, botany, animal husbandry, a kind of a syllabus that is not more than a 4 month, 3 to 4 months. So in that case, you are having a greater chances of selection in IRMS, and you must be aware with the IRMS fight that is going uh, from last 2 years, 2 plus years, when railway has discontinued taking or hiring the engineers through engineering services examination for the group A post. Now IRMS is the main examination through which the technical and the non-technical officers will be appointed. This year there is a 150 plus vacancies tentative, and next year or next to next year, as per my best information through several channels, I got to know that somewhere about 300 plus vacancies will be there every year in IRMS, and iofs somewhere about 100. So 400 vacancies somewhere about we can expect in a coming future, right, in these two examinations. The best point of taking the technical subject or the engineering subject as optional in civil services is you not need to do anything extra apart from the mentioned syllabus and the previous year questions. Why I'm saying this? Because if you are preparing for these two examinations, IOFS or the IRMS or the civil services through engineering services, engineering optional subject, then you need to do only a practice. The score is easy. If you have done a good practice, the scoring becomes easy for you because the fixed pattern of question, the same pattern of question that has been asked in a previous year, but you need to be technically sound, and for that you need to do a practice. Now, what I would like to suggest you is you must fill IRMS and IOFS if you are preparing for the civil services with an engineering optional subject. Number one. Number two, if you are from engineering background but you have opted humanities subject just to have an edge in a GS subject, even after having a good technical knowledge, then I must say you should rethink on your decision, because scoring through engineering subject optional is easy comparatively to when we compare it with the humanities subject. The success rate is about 10.3% if you consider the average of last 5 years final result of UPSC, that is civil service. This is among the maximum success rate in civil services is through engineering subject after animal husbandry and management. But you will surprised to know animal husbandry and management, very less number of people has been appeared in a UPSC civil services with this optional. That is why the success rate is very high. But on the other side, engineering optional is nowadays become very common, and many students are sitting through engineering optional subject, and then the success rate is somewhere about 10.3 of 11%, and it is among the top 3 success rate of any optional subject in a civil services. So I must say, if you are aspiring for civil services with an engineering optional subject, aspiring for civil services with an engineering optional subject, then you have taken a right decision. But make sure that you are doing the right practice at a right time. The syllabus, I know it is slightly wide when we compare it with the humanities, but scoring is easy. So I would like to give you few example of the students, those who have been my students in my previous organization, that is Next IAS and Made Easy. There's Vinay Tiwari and Avdesh Meena. Vinay Tiwari in 2014 and Avdesh Meena in 2016. They have scored a very good marks. Out of 500, they have scored 356 in civil engineering. And this is how both have secured a very good rank. One is having a about I think 32 rank in a UPSC civil services, and one is having a good rank. Basically, both have secured a very good rank in the civil services with this option. And imagine scoring 356 marks is not easy through engineering optional subject, right? And this marks is the maximum when we compare with the humanity subject in that specific year. So just believe on yourself after taking an engineering optional subject. And if you are believing on yourself and if you are practicing right way in a right way, then this thing is nothing much difficult for you. It is easy to score a good marks in engineering optional. And I must say, engineers with an engineering background and the engineering optional subject in a civil services must opt iofs and IRMS. Thank you everyone. I will meet you tomorrow again on the same time. Thank you.